The Flying Pig, that's what they called him. And with a career that lasted over 20 years, he scored more than 400 goals and made over 1,200 appearances for club and country. In this time, he won numerous individual accolades, including the European Golden Shoe, and was runner-up for FIFA World Player of the Year. But despite all this, he never won the Champions League or the World Cup. So, how did such a talented player go so far without achieving the ultimate glory? Well, his name is Roberto Baggio, and this is his story. Born in 1966 in the small Italian town of Caldondio, Baggio showed incredible promise from an early age. In fact, he was so good that at 13, he left home to join the youth academy of a local club, Inter Milan. Now, usually when players come through the youth ranks of a big club like Inter, they do so as a one-man team. They have all the best players from their region, and they dominate every match. However, this wasn't the case for Baggio. In fact, when he arrived at Inter, he was nothing special, and he even had trouble making the first team. This is because while he was no doubt very talented, he was also incredibly shy and insecure, which made it hard for him to assert himself on the pitch. But Baggio was determined to make it as a footballer, and so he worked tirelessly on his game. And soon enough, he began to turn heads with his incredible skills and vision. His performances for Inter didn't go unnoticed, and in 1985, at just 19 years old, he made his debut for the senior team. The following season, he became a regular starter and helped Inter to win the UEFA Cup. It looked like Baggio had finally arrived, but little did he know that this was just the beginning. Over the next few seasons, Baggio continued to improve and establish himself as one of the best players in the world. He was known for his incredible dribbling skills, pinpoint passing, and powerful shooting. But perhaps his most defining characteristic was his vision. Baggio had an uncanny ability to see passes that others couldn't, and he used this to great effect, creating countless scoring chances for himself and his teammates. In 1990, Baggio's performances for Inter Milan earned him a call-up to the Italian national team, and he made his debut in a friendly match against the USSR. Soon enough, he was a regular for Italy, and he helped them to reach the final of the 1994 World Cup. Unfortunately, they lost the final to Brazil in a penalty shootout, but Baggio's performances throughout the tournament earned him the bronze ball as the third best player. Following the World Cup, Baggio's stock was at an all-time high, and he was the subject of much speculation regarding a potential transfer to other clubs. And in the end, he decided to join AC Milan in 1995 for a then world record fee of £15.3 million. At this point, it seemed as though Baggio had it all. He was playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, AC Milan. He was a superstar for the Italian national team, and he was just coming off of a fantastic World Cup. But as it turned out, things were about to take a very bad turn for the worse. Just 2 years after joining AC Milan, Baggio suffered a serious knee injury that kept him out for almost all of the 1997-98 season. Now, this could have been a defining moment in Baggio's career. It's at this point that most players either give up or become bitter. But Baggio refused to let his injury define him. He worked tirelessly to make a comeback, and when he finally returned to action, he was determined to make up for lost time. Now, although Baggio went on to score 22 goals in 58 appearances for AC Milan, he never really reached the heights he had previously scaled. In the end, he left the club in 2000 and had a brief stint at Bolton Wanderers before returning to Italy to play for Palermo, and then ending his career back at Inter Milan. Now, despite not winning any major trophies, Baggio is widely regarded as one of the greatest Italian players of all time. In fact, he was voted the second best Italian footballer of the 20th century, behind only Paolo Maldini. So, there you have it, the story of the flying pig, Roberto Baggio. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.